call the Simpsons? Are you stupid like a fox? Is he coming up Millhouse? Where's the guy with the missing arm?
Welcome to the Cracker Factory podcast, where you're with your hosts, Isaac and Jared, and we're here to talk to you guys about some hilarious Simpsons episodes. It's spooky season, Isaac, my friend. How are you feeling for this?
Put some reverb or something on that to make it sound spooky.
Yeah, okay. I'll reverb
Done.
it. I'll do a church reverb. It'll sound like you're from House of Wax. You know this. Have you seen House of Wax?
Ooh, I did like House of Wax. I actually watched that this Halloween. Well,
Did
not
you?
Halloween, but I observe a 1 month long Halloween. All of October.
I feel like, and you know what, man? Like, Erica and I went for a walk before, and dude, the amount of kids trick-or-treating, I feel like Halloween's really blowing up here in Australia, and I don't know what it is. I feel like it's just people want to get into that season, is it?
It's
the
about
American
time. It's about time.
Agreed.
It is my favorite holiday of the year, even though it's not actually a holiday, but it's the best time of year for me.
Is it a holiday over, like, I guess when I say holiday, is it a public holiday in the US? Can we get the researchers on that one?
Yeah, yep. And here's the answer. I assume you've inserted that in post.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it but I don't want to do the research after, so I'm just going to look it up now. Public
Oh, okay.
holiday.
So we'll just have that. We'll keep the dead air though.
So yeah, for sure. This is. I wrote is it. I was meant to say is Halloween. Although speaking of it, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
The original one or the new
No,
one?
both. The original one. No, the original one. The new what, 2 or 3?
Yes.
I've seen the
they're
original
okay.
one.
It's,
The original one's all right.
If you want to watch a good Stephen King movie, watch Gerald's Game. That's
Ooh.
yeah, it's real freaky.
Don't South Park do like a
It's
joke
a bit
on that?
upsetting, but it is really good.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, Gerald's Game. Give me the premise. Like, give me like a premise about.
A husband and wife decide to do some kinky stuff, and she gets like chained up to the bed, and then he dies.
Oh, and she's stuck there.
Yes, yeah,
Wow, Stephen
it's pretty
King.
good.
He's
It's
really
done by
getting-
Mike Flanagan, directed by Mike Flanagan, so the same guy that does like Midnight Mass and stuff.
Oh yeah, my brother loved Midnight Mass. It was good, but he went on about the fact that I said it was good, but it wasn't like incredible. And he's like, "No, you're wrong. You just don't know it."
I love Midnight Mass. It's amazing. I love it.
He's the same. Rob's the same. My brother, he just says, "No, it's so amazing." And I said, "It's good." But I predicted it all. He's like, "Nah, you won't predict it." And I literally predicted it all. I was like, everything that happened, I was like, I predicted it. But it was. I mean, it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. I haven't seen. Actually, no. You know what I watched? I watched Babysitter, 1 and 2, and God,
Oh yeah.
have you seen them? The second one's terrible.
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, it's that sort of campy horror. It was kind of
Yeah,
fun, but yeah.
No. The first one's fun. The second one, just like I remember, I watched the second one before I'd watched the first one, and so yes,
that's out of order.
So we're watching the second one together. This is ages ago, and after I rewatched them, my mate came over. He watched number 1 and 2, and I went, wow, how did I watch the second one without having watched the first one? Because it would have made no sense to me.
Yeah.
The context, the characters, every character is there again. And I'm like, who are these people? I imagine that's what I thought at the time, but now I watched it again. I was like, yeah, the second one's bad. The first one, the first one's pretty good. It's entertaining, but
I watched Don't
did you watch?
Move last night. It's on Netflix. I think it's quite new. It's pretty good. It's it's another one in those take away a thing from your protagonist and see how they get on. So if you've seen Hush, where the main character's deaf and
no, that's Bird Box. That Bird Box? No,
yes, and then Bird Box you can't see, and then
okay.
Don't Move.
She can't move.
Yeah, she gets drugged at the start, and so she's like paralytic for most of the movie.
Wow, that'd be an interesting premise.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but it's really good.
I did watch Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm. I think we talked about this because I said, is that the Dave Bautista one or the Chris Hemsworth one?
It was the Chris Hemsworth one, but my question was, I didn't actually get an answer from you. Which one's the good one?
No.
Do you want to know what I thought of it first?
Both of them. Yeah. Okay. You go first.
Well, I thought it was okay. Like it got worse towards the end, but dude, it's a very quick pace. Like there's no.
Yeah.
The movie does not. Are we gonna beep this? Should I bother?
No. Go on.
Yeah, the movie doesn't fuck around, dude. Like it's like it goes straight into it. They go to the cabin in the woods. Does the old dude come up again? No, he doesn't. The old dude that they meet at the petrol station? No, he doesn't. I was just thinking about it now. I had a few wines. Actually, this day's sponsor, Devil's Wine, aptly named. Thanks, Devil's Wine, for getting around us. Yes. I imagine you've got your Devil's Wine in front of you, Isaac, and man, what a drop.
Yes, here's me enjoying some glug, 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 glug.
Yes, wow, dude. It's South Australia. Merlot from South Australia, Devil's Wine, thank you. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods, pretty good. I didn't mind it. I give it a 7. Listen, I'm a pretty harsh critic because a 7's good. To me, a 7's good. Is a 7 good to you?
I would say that's... Yeah, I'd rewatch a 7.
Yeah, okay, it's a 7. It's a 7 for sure. Now tell me, which one's good, which one's bad? Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, so I just couldn't remember which one's which. I think it's Knock at the Cabin is the one with Dave Bautista.
Right, they're the same. Are you saying that they're the same sort
of?
No,
I just... Yeah, something cabin. I just couldn't remember which one was which.
Is Knock at the Cabin any good?
No, truthfully, I didn't like Cabin in the Woods either, but...
Okay, what would you give us Cabin in the Woods then? Let's see, because this starts the episode off really well in terms of this podcast episode.
Oh, this is a Simpsons podcast. We did forget, but
but you know what I mean is hold on, bear with us, guys. Yeah. But right, I've given my verdict on Cabin in the Woods as a film, right? As a horror film, just as a film in general. Like, is it okay? I gave it a 7, right? Now, if you give your score. And there's some sort of disparity. It sort of shows that there is that disparity between the two of us where we don't agree on everything necessarily. But you know what? Don't let my verdict make you cast doubt. You just tell me what you think. Cabin in the Woods, the Chris Hemsworth one, what did you think?
I wouldn't give it any higher than a 6.
Okay.
I think it's fun. It's kind of campy. Doesn't Chris Hemsworth ramp a motorcycle off a cliff or something?
He does, into like a Truman style sort of like like wall dome type thing. Yeah. Like they're trapped in, which he doesn't realize they're trapped in. It's like it is that Big Brother concept where someone's watching them in this cabin in the woods, and the woods are like...
So it's a fun, like it's fun and campy, but I didn't...
And that's sort of a reference to The Simpsons as well, because if you've seen The Simpsons movie, a dome is involved. And that's how we nicely segue into Simpsons. Ladies and gents, we're listening to... Well, we watched. We didn't listen to it. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you have a TV still, but I watched anyway. I assume you watched too, Isaac. Episodes 1, 2, and 3. That is of Treehouse of Horror. So we watched season 2, episode number... What was it? Number... Could be wrong.
Pretty early, isn't it? Like episode
number 3. Episode 3, dude. 3. We watched episode 3, season 2, Treehouse of Horror. The first ever Treehouse of Horror. We watched episode 7, season 3, Treehouse of Horror 2. This bloody Devil's Wine's going down a treat. And season 4, episode 5, Treehouse of Horror number 3. My goodness, what a joy I had watching these. Well, for the most part. No, not even for the most part. For some of the part, what a joy I had watching these episodes. I was like, what did you think overall? Like, how did you go watching them? You're a spooky season
it's just enthusiast. A warm, fuzzy feeling, isn't it? Watching the Treehouse of Horror around Halloween.
Oh, 100% it is. And I feel like it ties you to the season, but it also like, it's so comfortable. It's really comfortable, man. Watching it. Yeah.
Obviously, Simpsons is massively referential already. But when it comes to Treehouse of Horror, it's just non-stop references and jokes, and it just
You know what reference I've been seeing a lot lately is the episode where, I don't know, is it Treehouse of Horror? Everyone's dead. No, it must be a Treehouse of Horror. Which, sorry, a spoiler for a future Halloween episode, but the one where Homer gets out of his car and he's like, "No, everyone's gone. Little Marge, little Bart, little Lisa." And the rest. I keep getting that reference everywhere on my Facebook because we're in a lot of Simpsons meme pages, by the way, guys. I don't know if you know we like the Simpsons, so we're in heaps of meme pages, and that meme is coming up everywhere at the moment for me.
Just
that
a
confirmation
popular format at the moment. Yeah,
it's a confirmation bias thing, though, isn't it? It's like you I don't know, Halloween episodes, and that's just you're seeing it everywhere.
But that's why Simpsons is such a gem, because so many things are applicable to so many weird instances in your life.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
and that's why all of our family and friends hate us for bringing up Simpsons references way too often.
Oh my God. Yeah, they do. They really do. Tenuous, obscure Simpsons references. Get around that on Facebook. It's amazing. Facebook's for old people, I know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I was laughing at Boogeyman or Boogeymen in the house earlier today, just with zero context.
Yeah, it may be a Boogeyman or Boogeymen in the house. That's good. Should we talk about this first episode? So we're talking about the first ever Treehouse of Horror. This is awesome. I love it. I'm so excited. Treehouse of Horror #1. It's literally called Treehouse of Horror. It's a third episode in season 2 of The Simpsons, and yeah, I don't know. Do we want this information? 27.4 million viewers, and this is after. Ooh. This is after 29. It's gone down. This is probably like a low viewership compared to the previous episodes, 33 and 29 million viewers. But
or maybe a bunch of people heeded Marge's warning at the start of the episode.
Yes, I love it. So you're right. So the episode starts off. Actually, let's do our classic. What we all know and love about the podcast. Let's read out the Disney Channel.
Yes, we need to know how spot on they were.
Yeah, I mean, half the time the synopses for the Disney Channel don't make any sense.
Yeah, sometimes it's the B story, or sometimes even the C story, and it's not.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, why?
Yeah.
What? But yeah, it's so okay. Treehouse of Horror 1. Treehouse of Horror. Let me say 1. Tales include a haunted house, a misunderstanding with aliens, and a rendition of The Raven. That's the Disney Plus. Yeah, I suppose
that's quite spot on.
Wow, this is really extensive though. For what I've got written down here is in the Halloween anthology episode, Bart and Lisa tell scary stories.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Dream House is the first episode. Bart tells a story where the Simpsons move into a haunted house built on a native Indian burial ground. After the house is told off by Marge, it chooses to destroy itself rather than live with the Simpsons. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is meant to be. I think this is Amityville horror. I believe.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, and write into the Cracker Factory podcast at gmail.com. It's crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com, but I feel like this was first on Twilight Zone. I don't know. Just saying.
I mean, is this the one that has the narrator? Because there is one that has the narrator.
There is a Twilight Zone one.
Yeah. That's the Bart with powers one, I think. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We'll get to it.
No, you're
We'll
right.
get to it.
Yeah. We will. Yeah. No, you're right. That is Twilight Zone one. Sorry, the second one is Hungry Are the Damned. In Bart's other story, the Simpsons are abducted to be taken to the planet Rigel 4 for a feast. Lisa is suspicious of the aliens' intentions, believing that the Simpsons themselves are being cooked. When her trust is misplaced, the offended aliens, Kang and Kodos, return the family to Earth. That's pretty succinct, pretty good.
Yeah.
And the last one, The Raven. Lisa retells the poem by Edgar Allan Poe, in which Homer appears as the poem's narrator and Bart is the Raven. Yeah. That's pretty good. So we start off episode 1, Bad Dream House. So,
we should talk about that they just use that whole treehouse thing as sort of the framing device for telling the stories, but we also have Homer listening in on the kids as well.
Yeah, we do. So Homer's listening on the kids tell some scary stories in the treehouse to one another.
Yeah.
Which is so that's what's happening. And the episodes actually all start off. I didn't this is weird. I should have known this about Treehouse of Horror episodes, but thus far, the episodes have all started off with someone, Marge, Bart, Lisa, whoever, giving a spiel about how the episode is very scary, and if you're going to get scared, turn it off.
Yes.
in front of
Warning
like
parents to turn it off, and
yeah, it's too scary in front of a curtain on like a stage. Right, so that's where this one starts. It begins right there, and actually, let me pour my wine. Sorry, we need some Devil's Vine. And I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was the wine being poured. And so we're in the treehouse. I said starts off with Marge talking about issues with Halloween on stage in front of curtain. Homer's trick or treating as a ghost, which is cute. That's kind of really cute about Homer. I like that. And then there's there is totally an issue where the sound of Homer's voice and bag. Oh yeah, true. So Homer's voice gets really loud. This is another one of those issues that I had in the early days of The Simpsons when we were talking about the season 2 episodes, where like the audio
like
gets super loud.
It's weird or something.
Yeah, the sound engineering is just weird. It's like it gets so loud for some reason. But anyway, it sort of pans or like dollies into like the treehouse. You cinema buffs out there, cinephiles. But it's weird that Bart is telling a story, Bart's telling a story inside the episode. So Bart's telling a story, but it goes into another episode, which is the Bad Dream House. So Bart's telling scary stories. Homer gives the moving guy. So it starts off, they're moving into a new house, right? And Homer gives the moving guy a tip of $1. And the guy is like disgruntled about it. And he goes, $1. And he goes, yeah. The guy says, I'm glad there's a curse on the place as he's walking out. So that's pretty good. But the guy sounds like a black guy, but he's white or he's yellow, just saying. Or is that, do I need to cut that out? Nah, let's keep that in. I don't care. Like, he sounds like a black guy. He sounds like he's being voiced by a black dude, but he's yellow. I don't know. That's just me. Did you get that? Not really.
No, I think you pay more attention to the audio than I do. I mean,
I thought that
closer attention to it.
It was a good start to the episode, though. Like, it was a good joke. Like, the delivery was really good. Then they get it. There's a voice going in the house. They're in the house looking around the house and looking at how nice it is and whatever. And there's a voice that's going, "Get out." But it sounds like Kang or Kodos, one of them. Kang, Kodos, one of them. Yeah, sounds like one of those aliens. And Lisa's eyes. Oh yeah, there's a part where Lisa starts. So they find this vortex in the kitchen. Yeah, in the kitchen, and they're talking about the vortex. And Lisa's. Did you notice that Lisa's eyes go like real manic? Like they like roll around her head while she's talking.
Oh no!
Did you not, dude? That was like.
I didn't notice that.
I was like, I better start. Like my notes were really vague, as you can tell. But then I saw that, and I was like, okay, I'm noting that down, so it looks like I've done some research on this episode. But my God, so dude!
Like you think it's a editing issue or something, not a
not part of
horror.
I don't know. Maybe it's part of the horror, but I didn't think about it at the time. At the time, it looked like an editing issue. Like she was just talking about the vortex, and her eyes went all wacky, and like they looked up and then sideways, and sort of rolled in her head. It was really weird.
Yeah. No, I definitely didn't notice that.
And then Homer says, it's a fixer. So Marge has concerns about this house that has a vortex and a bit creepy and saying, get out. And Homer says, it's a fixer-upper. We'll get a bunch of priests in here and he starts saying that they're going to bless the house or whatever. But then he gets picked up in the sky. Like he's getting lifted up and he starts screaming. And the scream he lets go of is like blood-curdlingly menacing. I don't know. It's really gross when he like screams because he gets picked up.
Did Dan Castellaneta, how do you say his name? Dan
Castellaneta.
Yeah, he could have been a scream queen. Is that what you're saying?
He absolutely could have been a scream queen. And then, so Homer, where are we? Oh, the house So, yeah. So, anyway, they go to bed that night, whatever, and the house convinces Bart to kill and Lisa to get the butcher knife. So, it's convincing everyone to kill. It's saying kill, or whatever, and all the characters have got knives. So Maggie has a knife, walks out of her bed at nighttime. Homer has a knife, walks out of his bed. Lisa and Bart both have knives. They're walking out of their bed. And Marge has a knife, and she's walking out of her bed. Right? And did I actually just delete my notes?
All right, well, so they all start trying to follow each other to murder each other. And they're walking around in a circle, each of them following the person in front of them. Did you recover your notes?
I got my notes. And
okay, good.
Maggie's head spins around, like does the whole what movie is that? Like the head where the head spins like 360.
Oh, Exorcist.
Exorcist style, like 360 head spin. And then it cuts to Marge, like they're about to kill each other or whatever, all the kids and whatever, they're about to all stab each other, and it cuts to Marge in the kitchen and she's making a sandwich, which is just like, it's really funny because like I did not expect it. Like I forgot about this episode, but I didn't expect that. I thought like Marge would be trying to kill people and everything, but
yeah, well, the joke of them all holding knives, including Marge, but she was holding a knife because she was making a sandwich at midnight. Or
but she's also
meant to be.
Yeah, but she's holding like a full on massive like butcher's knife. But anyway, they go down into the basement or whatever it's called, basement, whatever it is, and they find this like Indian burial ground. And did you read some of the tombstones?
Oh, it's like Pocahontas and Sacagawea and stuff like that.
Yeah, Sacagawea, Geronimo, Tanto, Mahatma Gandhi for some reason, Pocahontas.
Yeah, actually, I do remember seeing Gandhi on there.
Crazy Horse and Not So Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so Homer rings up the dude, like the guy that
like
sold the house to him,
agent.
the real estate agent or whatever, and he goes, "Mr. Plute, Homer Simpson here. When you sold me this house," and he's really angry, he's irate, and he goes, "When you sold me this house, you forgot to mention one thing. You didn't tell me it was built on an Indian burial ground." "Yeah, no, that's not my recollection." "Oh, yeah? Oh, well, all right. Goodbye." And then he turns to his family and goes, "He says he mentioned it 5 or 6 times." Which is a really good joke. I love that joke.
Excellent joke. Just hearing his side of this, like the phone call, it's so good.
I think you just have to hear how irate Homer is.
Yeah.
"You forgot to mention it was built on an Indian burial ground." "Oh, yeah? Well, that's not my recollection." "Well, yeah, well, goodbye." You mentioned it 5 or 6 times. It's a really good joke. So the house said, oh yeah, so they start talking to the house, right? So the house is like, Marge gets upset and she's like, "Wait a minute, you can't tell my kids what to do, whatever. And the house starts sort of like, I don't know, I guess getting a bit sheepish about
bashful or something. Yeah, she basically bullies it into submission.
Basically, and he's like, "Yeah, can I have a minute instead of, to think about what I want to do? Instead, to change my ways and be a normal house and let you guys live here or what, I don't know, whatever his decision was going to be." And then they get out of the house and then he like implodes on himself. The house, that is, implodes as the Simpsons get out. What would you call it? Implode? I don't know. He like turns into
goes like into a wormhole and
wormholes
like the Ouroboros, like the snake eating itself. The house just consumes itself.
Yeah, that's it. So the house consumes himself, and Lisa says he would rather, wow, the house would rather die than to live with the Simpsons. That's it. That's the episode.
Yeah.
So that's all that, I thought that was pretty good. Are we going to give like rating? How are we going to do this? Like, do you have any notes that you want to sort of talk about that episode?
I didn't have do you want to do individual ratings on the segments?
I don't know,
than the
man.
episode as a whole.
Well, it's going to be hard. I've got to edit this and I've got to put the photos on. When I say hard, it's going to be more time consuming. I can't be asked.
Well, maybe we could just individual segments, but we don't have to put it on the final the tier list. Yeah, and then we just give the rating for the episode as a whole.
Okay, well let's do individual because I like the individual as well, right, as a separate thing, and I kind of like the idea that it's sort of off the cuff too because weirdly enough for this first one I did give those ones ratings. I don't know why.
Oh my god!
I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I say that I probably did it the wrong way, but so I gave this episode. What did you see? I've got something written down, but like it's weird when I talk about it after a few wines. I get a bit more like sort of emotional towards it.
Well, look, for me that Homer phone call is just so funny that it carries a lot of the like anything else in the episode is just so like I'm in a good mood after that joke.
Oh, for sure.
I like. Just the fact that it's the first one, and because the traditional Simpsons structure when it was on TV, you have an ad break between each of the of each of the segments, each of the stories, right? So the first segment is always the longest because it's got the framing device, and then the first episode, I suppose, or the first like anthology episode.
Chronicle or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to give it an A. I like it. It's an A for me.
Okay. Yeah, I gave it a B. But
I think I can giving it a B.
I can probably move to an A for this one, I reckon. So let's give that one an A. Because
I'm not going to bother taking that note down. We'll just remember A for the first section.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't even take the note down. I'm not going to put it on the tier list, but I think we can actually probably average it out. I'm going to write this or average it out then maybe.
Okay.
I think that's we'll take that into consideration. So I'm going to average it out. The average was an A for this one.
Mm-hmm.
The result was an A for this one. So then we can average those three out. Yeah, you're right. That joke carries, man. That joke's a really good one. It's really funny how Homer says it.
Yeah,
and the way he changes his
delivery. Yeah,
the way he changes his tune after the guy's like, I mentioned it 5 or 6. You mentioned it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
it's really good. Okay, so the next one, man. Hungry are the damned. Yeah, hungry are the damned.
I mean, so we quickly also cut back to the treehouse between the sections as well. So Lisa's saying that story wasn't scary, and so Bart, I guess, takes another crack at it.
Yeah, okay. Good. I'm glad you had that note because I forgot what happened between them. But I finished a whole bottle of wine on my own. It's crazy. It's red. Guys, Devil's Vine. Far out. Get around it. If you're South Australian, good on you. You're doing a good job. Hungry Are the Damned. It's weird because the Hungry Are the Damned. Can I just say? I mean, you've been a Halloween enthusiast for a long time. When you hear the word damned, are you? I don't know. Assuming? Are you suspecting that's like
hellish,
I guess,
biblical sort of thing?
Yeah, or even like dead people, not aliens.
Yeah, I mean that's what the word, like, damnation, damned evokes, right? Some sort of hellish retribution.
Damn you all to hell,
something like that. Yeah.
Like at least zombies, I don't know.
But, aliens is fine. I like aliens.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm
a big fan of X-Files as well, so I'm happy.
Yeah, okay,
aliens
fair
and stuff.
Hungry Are the Damned. Homer's cooking a barbecue and just spraying. So he's got a bottle of what is it like?
They do this joke again, like him using like lighter fluid or barbecue fluid or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, but the other one's a later one. The other one's the Viva
much later.
So that's in Viva Ned Flanders where he's like cooking on the he's cooking on the chimney or whatever, and he's squirting stuff into the chimney. That's got that joke where he's like...
I think they do it again when Lisa's a vegetarian because he's about to cook the pig. And he puts like 3 bottles into it.
Yes.
So I don't know why they think this joke is so funny that they keep...
That Viva Ned Flanders one has the one where he's like, Homer, can you teach me how to be, whatever, more like you? And he goes, well, poopy pants... big old Ned Flanders wants to learn from Poopy Pants Simpson. Wellity. Stop that. Anyway, so getting off.
I have a good tangent about the lighter fluid or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so lighter fluid. Homer's got like lighter fluid on his. It's a smoker, but anyway, he's barbecuing, he's spraying it, and he sprays a whole bottle. He sprays some, and he stops, and he sprays a massive amount more. He stops, and he thinks he's going to finish, and he keeps spraying, so it's a bit of a gag there. And then Homer's eating burger, saying, "Your burgers are getting cold." Right. So there's this mothership, I don't know, this big alien spaceship flies overhead, and while Homer's cooking, and all the rest of the family, Lisa, Marge, Bart, go check it out. Like, whoa. Homer's eating his burger. He's like, you guys, your burgers are getting cold while he's eating his burger, which is cute by Homer. And then the spaceship starts like... Holy moly! While he's eating, holy moly. Which is like a weird old school Homer sort of sounding Homer.
Yeah.
The spaceship struggles to pick Homer up. So the spaceship starts picking everyone up and struggles to pick Homer up, which is a pretty classic gag.
They need a second tractor beam for him.
Yeah, that's right. They do, yeah. And then... Yeah, so the aliens are like, speaking to them like, "Oh, we're gonna bring you to our feast or whatever." And Lisa goes, "You speak English?" She goes, "No, actually, we're speaking Rigelian, which basically sounds the same as your language.
Yeah,
we're taking you to Rigel Fall."
Language, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is introduction of Kang and Kodos and third unnamed. Oh no, he does have a name, does he? But he never comes
He's
back.
Cook. No, he's named Cook. I was going to ask you about this. Let's get to the end of my notes.
Oh, so then maybe there's 4 because there's Cook, but then there's that other one that says like to pronounce my name would be.
Oh, I
Felicity or
hate
something.
that guy's voice. He's the same
Yeah.
voice as is it the house or something else? There's someone in a later episode that has it sounds like he needs to swallow his spit. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Does that put you off?
It does a bit, yeah, because you're just used to Kang and Kodos, and then you hear this other alien, you go, "Oh, you're not Kang or Kodos. Who are you?"
Yeah, it's gross. So after that note, I said the alien that says I would have to pull out your tongue sounds gross.
Yes,
that's my
it.
note.
Yes, yeah.
He said, "So, what's your name?" And he says, "In order to pronounce my name, you have to pull out your tongue." But he sounds like he's like
That's-
that. Like he's got
yeah.
spit in his
Marbles
mouth.
in
It's
his
disgusting.
mouth or something.
Yeah, gargling marbles. It's disgusting. I don't like it. They use his voice in a later episode to voice something else. It might have been the house. No, it wasn't the house. No, it was something. Anyway, something else. Anyway, so the aliens start feeding the Simpsons fried shrimp, sloppy joes, fried pork chops, and radish rosettes. So the Simpsons have all got the things that they love. So fried shrimp, sloppy joes. So fried shrimp is for Lisa, I guess. Sloppy joes, Bart. Fried pork chops, Homer, and radish rosettes, Marge. Fried shrimp, that's weird. For Lisa, but anyway. So they're all eating. And
tempura prawns are pretty good. Huge pause there. You don't like prawn or
Yeah,
tempura
no.
or tempura?
I don't like
prawn?
prawns. I can't eat them.
Wait, are you
we
allergic
went
to
to-
crustaceans?
Just prawns. It's not like I don't know if it's an allergy per se, but like
And then
I remember one Christmas I got really sick from eating prawns.
Oh,
Oh no, I got really sick and conveniently we had prawns at the same time.
Yeah,
And so I think my body, it's weird. My body's like associated that. illness, so-
basically blamed them for it.
Well, but I say that, but now if I smell prawns or eat them, I feel really nauseous.
Oh, you're like a 20-something white girl who refuses to drink tequila because of that one time.
No, but like this is my body's developed it. It's not like I choose to. Like I've eaten prawn. Like I've eaten even like calamari. Calamari rings are awesome. Like they taste great.
Yeah.
But then I eat them and I like
calamari's
start
fantastic.
feeling like literally like unwell. Like I feel like I'm gonna vomit. Like sick.
Oh.
Yeah, weird. It's so weird. But anyway,
Well-
so that's how I feel about prawns. I just
Yep.
think that maybe Lisa's not a vegetarian in season 2 yet. I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, that's why there's a whole episode about it.
Yeah, true. Good point. Yeah. So anyway, they're eating the food, super happy, and Lisa says, "Dad, something's not right." And Homer says, "Yeah, the girl's right. Let's get some applesauce on these pork chops." And then as he's eating, and then Lisa, starts investigating the ship. She looks really bow-legged as she investigates the ship. I don't know if you noticed that. Like how wide her stance is. It looks
Like she's
so weird.
been riding horses on the ranch for
Yes,
20
dude.
years.
It's like
Yeah.
she's walking like the kid that sings, I don't know what to do. Oh, God. What happened to that kid? God bless him.
I hear he's a senator now.
Dude, it's weird because he actually he taught Ronaldo everything he knows too.
Oh, really? Yeah. Actually, I haven't
Allegedly.
done a live. Have we done a live update on where Ronaldo's channel's at on YouTube? Just a second.
No, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah. All right, you
you
keep
look at-
talking.
you-
I'm going to look up.
Yeah. So while you're looking that up, yeah. So Lisa finds a book and it says how to cook humans, and there's a big space between. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go show everyone." And she shows the family, and they are astounded. And Homer, they confront the aliens, and Homer goes with a mouthful. He goes, "Listen, you big stupid space creature. Nobody eats the Simpsons." And then the aliens grab the book and go, wait. There's space dust on the book. You're getting it all wrong. And he blows the book and it says how to cook for humans. And then because he blew the book, and then she's like, At least he goes, wait a minute, and then she blows on the book, and it says how
There's
to
still
cook.
more space dust on this.
There's still there's more space dust, right? So she blows the book, and it says how to cook 40 humans, and then he goes, and they're like, oh my god, and then Kang or Kodos, whoever it is, goes, no, wait a minute, and he blows the book for the third time, the space dust, and it says how to cook 440 humans. And they're like, oh, and there's this sort of like this reprieve where it's kind of sad and you feel sort of guilty and guilt-ridden because the aliens go, you thought we were going to eat you? We were feeding you because we thought that's what you wanted. You know, we were treating you so well. And, oh, you humans make me sick. And they drop them back off home and they say, we're never going to speak to the human race ever
we would
again.
have given you eternal life and
eternal life
or something.
Yeah, you would have felt...
been treated like gods.
Yeah, happiness would have been 40,000 times the feeling you get, and love and joy and whatever would have been 100,000 times more or whatever. And like, well, we blew it. But yeah. Oh, Shirok, the chef who was preparing the food. The cook, Shirok.
Or was it just more than 3? There might have been, 4, 5, 20 aliens. Who knows?
Maybe there was 4, but Shirok, I thought he started. I was slaving away.
And then there'd be the guy that he can't.
Oh yeah, Shirok was the one that was like, I was slaving away for 5 years, like crying.
All right, quick update on Cristiano. 65.8 million subscribers. Channel's 2 months old ish. So that's the kind of growth we're looking for.
What's he posting?
Yeah. Look, all love and respect to Cristiano, but
of course, friend of the show.
2 days ago, the title is "This is why there is nobody like Cristiano Ronaldo in the air." So,
yeah, and there isn't many. Obviously Messi's a friend of the show too. We don't want to offend him, but friend of the show Cristiano Ronaldo, we think there's no one like him in the air. Unless you're Messi, in which case there's no one like Messi in the air either.
I don't know about Messi in the air. Come on now. Anyway,
well,
it just all of these posts seem to be whoever. Obviously, it's his PR person or his editor or whatever, but just it's just
someone
Cristiano.
Someone that has a very like minute sort of association with him. That's just like, hey, we can make you money because YouTube's monetized and you can get millions of viewers just for being yourself. Which we love, all respect to Cristiano Ronaldo, good friend of the show.
Good friend of the show. But
good friend of the show.
Mate, your titles are a bit, like you're sucking your own there, mate.
Yeah. Write that note down. Good friend of the show, Cristiano. I don't know. I feel like you should be the judge of whether it's appropriate to cut out or not. People know what you were saying.
Yeah.
Sucking your own glick.
Yeah, if you just put a beep right there, no one can tell, really.
Yeah, 100%. Write that note down, though. When I say cut it out, I mean beep it. I'm not actually cutting it out.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me what your thoughts on the episode were.
I think it's weaker than the previous one.
That's an understatement, my friend.
I mean, the cookbook joke is kind of funny. How rule of thirds, they blow off space dust a third time.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Yeah, but I mean, the rest of the episode is Yeah.
I mean, it's just Homer's carrying these episodes, dude. The Homer's delivery on even the pork chop joke. It's not even that good of a joke, but the fact that his delivery, the girl's right. Let's get more applesauce on these pork chops. He's just like, he's getting mad at people giving him free food. His guests are giving him free food. He's like, let's get more applesauce on these.
Man who had all he could eat.
100%. So that's funny as. But what did you give it? I want to know. What did you give it?
Well, I wasn't rating them individually, but if I had to do it right now, I mean, if I gave the last one A, sorry, this one has to be, a B or a C.
Well, is it a B or is it a C?
If you pushed me, and I mean really, I'd have to say it's a high C plus or a low B minus.
I'm going to give it a C, so.
All right, high C plus it is, which then ultimately becomes a C.
Yeah, because we don't have the plus system here. Yeah, we haven't implemented that in the we haven't implemented that on the system, so we can't import that. We'll have to.
It's a C.5.
We're looking into the technology.
Yeah, yeah. We simply can't add more tears to it once we started.
Wow, my Raven. Sorry, let's get to the next episode. So is Homer scared at this point? I can't remember what happens after this.
I think he's like, I don't know, like anxious or something when we cut back to the treehouse. But again, Lisa's like, that's not scary. This is scary. And
that's right. And she's reading a
tells
book.
the Edgar Allan Poe original.
Yeah, and Bart's like, books are scary. No, they're not. That's stupid. And he's sort of right. Let's have a read. So this one's called The Raven, and what it is just Lisa reading The Raven. It's a narrator above this Raven story. Homer is the protagonist, and Bart is the Raven eventually. Spoiler alert. But Lisa's reading. So Homer's sitting in a chair reading a book of Forgotten Lore, Volume 4 or 5 or something. What volume is it? I can't remember. Let's call it Volume 4. And then The Raven is read. I really have very few notes for this. The narrator sounds like the gross alien for this.
Does he?
That's what I wrote. Yeah.
I wrote down he's like a James L. Jones type, like that kind of a
It's
voice.
the gross alien for sure.
Okay. But with less marbles.
Yeah, less marbles. 1845. Why did I write that?
1845.
Yeah. There must be a...
Is that,
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet it was, hey Siri, when did Edgar... Oh, actually I can't hey Siri when I'm on the phone. Never mind.
That's right. I'll Google it. You talk about your thoughts on the episode.
Well, my main takeaway from this is I also just finished re-watching Fall of the House of Usher, which is all Edgar Allan Poe stuff as well. So I had a very heavy Edgar Allan Poe week. So I heard The Raven twice in 1 week. Which one did it better?
Is Fall of the House of Usher really Raven-y?
Well, it's a bunch of Edgar Allan Poe stories, but sort of presented in one complete thing.
I didn't know that.
There's lots. There's like most of the episodes, because each episode sort of focuses on one of the children. Each of them are sort of based on a different Edgar Allan Poe, either poem or little novella thing or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. And the last one is The Raven. And the rest are the Gold Bug. And
is The Raven
sort of thing.
boring as?
Because you also have like the Beating Heart. Have you watched Fall of the House of Usher?
I watched the first season, maybe?
There's only one season. They're like limited series.
Maybe I watched the first episodes. It starts off with them at a funeral.
Yeah, because it's
I watched the first episode.
The main Usher dude and all of his children die.
Yeah, that's right. I guess I watched the first episode or first couple of episodes and I stopped.
It's pretty good.
Okay, I'll have to get around it. That's interesting. Edgar Allan Poe. I didn't know. I think no one told me that.
Yeah, because you've got the Heart, you've got Goldbug, you've got, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head now, but yeah, you've got
1845 was the year, by the way. I wrote that down for a reason. It was in the episode. 1845 was when it was published. Anything else about this episode?
No. It's The Raven. You've heard it before.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm going to give my score. It was a D.
Yeah. I'd probably just give it a C just because it's Simpsons, but it's just The Raven.
Yeah.
So D. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. D. Yeah. It sucked. Yeah. I was bored out of my brain listening to this crap. But
we cut back to framing device. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I cut back to Bart in bed and he's sleeping with a freakish Krusty doll. Did you notice that? It was scarier than the Raven.
Oh, really? I mean, the main thing is like Homer being freaked out by the Raven, and Bart says something about, they had less to be scared of back in 1845 or something. So they were more terrified of that. I think they even compare it to like Friday the 13th or something like that.
Interesting. I didn't know they did that. I average out these episodes.
tame by today's standards.
Oh, he does say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I average out the episodes though, dude, and it's not looking good. This first Treehouse of Horror is getting, well, if you got a D, a C, and a B. Oh, sorry, and an A. So
That sounds like a high C plus to me.
sounds like a C. Yeah, that's not ideal. So
I gave the
We're
whole
putting-
episode a B, but I'm okay with it being C if you want. If that's
I
what the,
I
that's
think
what the numbers
C.
say.
That's what the numbers are putting out to, dude. I think. Yeah, not ideal. So it's a C. No
I mean,
closing
we could-
thoughts.
We could say that we've rated the anthology parts individually, but we haven't rated them with the framing device. So the framing device could bring it up to a B.
I think
You really want
It
this to be a
finished-
C, don't you?
it finished poorly,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Let's not sugarcoat it. The Ravens
All right.
sucked.
Well, tell that to the
It's
state
like
of
getting two
Edgar
A's
Allan
and then it's like getting two A's on an English report and then failing to submit the final thing and expecting an A. It's like you're not going to get an A, man. It's a C. You screwed yourself. You could
And it was a
submitted
hurdle
anything, got a
exam,
s-
so now you have to resubmit it, but it's not offered next semester, so you have to do it next year. Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly. It's not offered next semester.
And
the
it was
other
a
thing is this.
prerequisite for your other subjects, and now they are delayed by another year as well.
So that means you've literally delayed yourself 6 months because you have to finish that before you
Extra
go on to
20
the next
grand
core
in
subject.
hex debt. Oh, I said.
Yeah,
Oh, I said it again.
don't say it again.
Oh, crap.
Yes, okay, let's give it a C. Let's move on to the next. What we're looking at, I'm all over the shop here with regards to how I'm lying down and sitting down. So sorry, my
Are you
mic's all
recording
cooked.
while laying down? What the hell kind of setup do you
Dude, I wasn't joking about the whole bottle of wine. This is an empty bottle of wine I'm holding in my hand.
I'm just imagining you with a mic laying back on your fainting couch now.
So what's happened is, and I'll give you some context for this, all the listeners at home, is we bought a new bed, but we bought it from, do I give away the name or, you know what, I'll say it, Temple and Webster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, are they fancy? I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know. I've got no idea. You just
Yeah, no
name-dropped
idea.
them, so I
Anyway,
went, ooh, so they'll
the
sponsor us.
wife bought them, so that's what happens. And we haven't put it together because it hasn't given us guiding holes for the screws for the legs. It's just screw it, like just drill it on yourself, and my drill
Oh,
bits
you
are
do
all
it
stuffed.
raw, straight into the...
You're a raw dog it, dude, and it's
Yeah.
it's not ideal because my drill bits are all stuffed up. So anyway, we don't have a bed, so I've got a blow up mattress in the lounge room right now. So I'm
Oh,
lying on
that's
the
the
blow up
best, though.
mattress / yeah, it's pretty nice. It's like I'm sleepover. I feel like I'm 12 again. It's so good. Yeah, it feels like I'm in your room, dude. Remember we'd sleep with the aircon on. Oh,
delightful.
we'd spoon.
Yeah.
You know what?
And
No, I
probably
just said
played
we were
Halo 2 all day.
Yeah, but I said we were 12, so now I feel sick. Why did I say that? We didn't spoon. We weren't 12. We didn't spoon.
Oh, we
you're a
did play
pedoph-
Halo 2. That was
We didn't
correct.
play Halo 2. That wasn't a lie. If you're a pedophile listening to this podcast, tune out now.
Oh, no.
Do we
You
have
need
to
the
cut that?
viewership, Jared. We can't exclude them.
Okay, you're right. We do need the viewership. If you're a pedophile, write in at crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com. Let us know.
Oh, Christ.
Let us know and put in your address.
Don't, please. Yeah, well, actually, we could Chris Hansen this shit.
I feel like we get more views. My TikTok algorithm is just pedophile catches.
That's our new podcast coming
Actually,
this summer.
yeah. That's what that it's Simpson themed somehow. I don't know how. We'll Simpson theme it, I guess. That's what that do you remember Vitali? Remember that guy?
No? Who?
So Vitali, the YouTuber,
No.
Russian dude, ripped, kinda dumb. Respectfully.
The only Russian dude I remember is FPS Russia.
What about Hezbollah?
Is he Russian?
I think so.
Oh,
Could be wrong. Anyway, whatever he is. Sorry. Simpsons episode Treehouse of Horror number 2. Far out. It's
Oh,
getting good.
right. Yeah.
Do you-
Actually, I did have a tangent about the bed. I've also got a new bed getting delivered tomorrow, which is really weird coincidence that we both.
Is it Temple
bought
and
new
Webster?
beds
They're a big fan of the podcast.
We got it from Eureka. Eureka.
Eureka Furniture.
Yeah.
Mate, you're splashing the cash. Far out.
Oh, look.
Did Jess choose it? Did you choose it?
Uh,
Jess chose it.
it was a joint effort in that
It was not.
Jess said, "Do you like this one?" And I said yes. So
Yeah. Oh my god, that's how it works. We got a buccal bed. I didn't even know what buccal was. Now we've got it, and I'm like, oh right, you mean it's a girl bed? Which is fine. Like I don't mind sleeping in it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like it looks like a girl bed. If you were to describe a girl bed to me, this is what a girl bed looks like. It's nice, lightens the room up. Don't get me wrong, but buccal. Do you know what buccal is?
I don't know what a buccal is.
It's like sheep. It's not even sheepskin. I don't know. Not sheepskin. It's like that sounds terrible. Sorry, not sheepskin. I'm not a murderer. It's like sheep wool type stuff. It's not sheep wool, but it looks like. You know how sheep look like really tough?
Are you saying it's wool? Is it a wool bed?
I don't know. Hey Erica, what's buccal?
Erica, get on this podcast. Erica,
Come quick. What's buccal? Okay, sorry, we've just got confirmation from Erica. It's buccal is a fabric.
oh,
Wow,
your bed's made out of some sort of fabric.
yeah, that's right. We've blown this. We've blown it all open, wide open.
I believe mine is also some sort of fabric, but actually,
Right.
it's mostly timber, I believe.
We've blown the lid off this case, mate. We're gonna have to. The CIA is gonna want to. Oh, sorry, you're gonna have to cut that out.
Oh God, let me write that. What time's 50?
The CIA is gonna want to know about all of it. We got a buccal bed. That's what's happening. You got a new bed. Yeah, I think that's how it works, though. I feel like
bomb.
I feel like that's how it works at the moment. I feel like it's just like they choose the bed and that's what you sleep in. I don't mind what I sleep in, but my back hurts because of the mattress, not the bed.
You got a soft mattress?
No, a hard mattress. Is that the issue?
What?
No,
mate. I will trade you my soft mattress for your hard mattress. I lay down, my spine has, got some curvature to it because of the hard day. And the bed's so soft that I just sink into it with my spine still in a C shape. I need a hard mattress to.
Can I just say you cut out? I imagine you said something about your spine. You went
Yes.
and it looks like it sounds as though the viewers thought if listeners thought we cut that out because it was inappropriate.
Well, you're hearing me through the phone, but they're hearing me on my mic, so I imagine the mic didn't cut out.
Oh,
hopefully.
Right. Yes, right. Yeah, that didn't occur to me. You're right. So you're telling me. So I mean, here's the thing. This annoys me. This really annoys me. I want to say $2,000 on a mattress ages ago. We gave the mattress away basically for free, almost free. I can't remember how much, but nothing because we got this new eco mattress. It was like one of those I'm going to call it Koala. Sorry for name dropping brands. If that's a brand, Koala eco mattress. It's meant to be like really good. We got the medium one and it sucks. And we got the hard one. That was $2,000 as well. We spent about $5,000 on mattresses at this point. Man, my back's still sore. What the hell do I do?
Well, I want a hard mattress so that when I lay down, my spine
is stable.
Corrects.
Nah, you don't. You don't want a hard mattress. Hard mattresses don't allow your. You almost need like a good. You need the medium mattress. The medium mattress is the way to go, I reckon. Because I thought that too. I thought the soft mattress is like I'll sink into it, my spine or I don't know, whatever. But that hurt my back.
I want to sleep on a plank of wood. That's how firm I want it to be.
Why don't you try sleeping on the floor for once and then just see how that goes?
I do. When I get home from work, I just lay on the floor for like 10 to 15 minutes.
I feel like, dude, no, there's a footballer that did that. Majak Dor, maybe? No, not Majak Dor. Who's the tall one from West Coast? What's his name? You're not a
Victor Wembanyama.
No, he's tall, but he's an NBA player. But for the NBA fans out there, Victor Wembanyama, he sleeps on the floor. No, Nick Natanui. That's right. I watched this documentary about the West Coast Eagles, which are like an AFL team in Western Australia. Nick Natanui is this really tall ruckman, black dude, the dreads. Just to give you some context, very tall. Like he's got to be like 6. I don't know, 8. I don't know how tall he is. Let's call.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe not 6'8".
Basketball.
Yeah, he should be LeBron. I don't know. No, maybe he's not that tall. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But he's tall. He's tall.
He's 6'2".
He's very tall. Yeah, okay. Is not even Steph Curry's height.
Yeah.
He's short in NBA comparisons. No, he's whatever. And he said that he sleeps on the floor. And he's like, he has a bed. He sleeps on the floor. It was the funniest thing, and everyone's like, "This is a big thing. This podcast documentary thing he did," and he's like, "It's not a joke. Like my back hurts sleeping in a bed, so I sleep on the floor."
Yeah,
and he has like a bed.
Sleep in a big bed with his wife.
No, he sleeps in a race car bed on the floor. No, it's crazy. Have we stopped talking about The Simpsons? What's going on?
Well, I just tried to throw a segue in there so we could elect to go back to Simpsons, or we could.
Let's go back to Simpsons. I think you're right. I think you're right. Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode 2 is what we're up to. This is in season 3.
This is season 3, yeah.
Right. Do you want to hear about what I've got on Disney Plus? Let's go to Disney Plus. Season 3. This is a bit of a crazy one because it's interesting that I like that we did skip them in some regard. Like I like that we skipped these Treehouse of Horror
for
episodes.
our normal episodes, we're not up to season 3 yet. But to do the Halloween special, we are skipping ahead a little bit to get enough episodes to talk about. Yeah.
Yep. So Disney Plus says Maggie uses a wish, Bart rules Springfield, and Homer donates his brain to a science project. Bro, I don't even remember. Really? I don't remember watching that episode at all.
Well,
Maggie uses a wish.
Not just Maggie.
What does Maggie? Yeah, what does that mean? Bart rules Springfield. I guess that makes sense. Homer donates his brain to science project. Does he? When was that?
I'm not sure. Does he donate it or does it get abducted?
Oh. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, like I don't know. That's weird. What I've got is when Homer and Bart and Lisa eat a ton of candy, the three begin to have various nightmares. In Lisa's nightmare, the monkey paw, the Simpsons visit Morocco and find... Oh, it's Morocco. I struggled to find where they went. And find a monkey's paw that makes all their wishes come true, with dire consequences. Homer eventually gives the paw to Ned, who improves his home.
Yeah.
In Bart's nightmare, the Bart Zone, the town of Springfield must think happy thoughts or suffer the powers of Bart's twisted imagination. Dr. Marvin Monroe prescribes that Homer should spend quality time together. As this happens, Bart wakes from his dream horrified. And then in Homer's nightmare, if only I had a brain, Mr. Burns transplants Homer's brain into a robot to create a super efficient worker. The robot remains as incompetent and inefficient as regular Homer, and Burns restores Homer's brain to his body. To his body. Homer wakes after Burns is accidentally crushed by the robot and finds Burns' head is grafted to his shoulder.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's pretty much it.
That's probably the longest synopsis we've ever done just because of how much goes on in this one, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go through it. So season...
Yeah, so again, we get the Marge warns us not to watch the episode at the start. The framing device, they all eat a bunch of candy and start having nightmares.
Yep.
This one
Marge tells them they're going to have nightmares, by the way, because they're going to eat the candy. And they're like, yeah, that's bollocks. And they eat the candy anyway. And then they do have nightmares.
Yeah. We have the spooky names in the opening credits. Did we have that in the first one?
No, we didn't. Good point out. I got some spooky names written down. Did I? Maybe at the end. Hold on.
Pause for note checking.
My Cajun cooking and... Oh, okay. No. I was looking at the graves. Is that what we're talking about here?
You have the graves with the spooky names, and I think there's some weird ones in there. Like I think people that aren't even dead and stuff.
We're looking at.
I think there was Elvis on one of them as well.
Elvis,
famous.
Walt Disney, and Cajun cooking, which is Cajun cooking's dead. There you go.
No, I was talking about the
names of the directors and the producers. Voice actors.
Because you know how that's like their tradition these days.
Well, I got it in season. I got it in episode 3. I didn't get it in this episode. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I didn't write down any of the names, but this is, I guess, where that tradition starts.
I was like James Hal Brooks and
exactly. That level of
monster
awful,
Matt Groening.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that this must be where that tradition starts.
Yeah, but so it starts off with the trick or treating. They get the candy. Lisa's dressed up as some pole to salute the North American Indians, Native Americans, whatever. Marge warns
a pole thing.
A big totem pole thing. Bart's dressed as some, I don't know, gangster dude. Is that right?
I think he's like a executioner. Like he's got the cowl and then the axe.
Oh, different episode. Yeah, cool. Marge warns if they eat too much candy, they'll have nightmares. They go to. So Lisa has a dream. She has a nightmare. My question was, where are they in Lisa's dream? They're in Morocco, right? So there you go. That got told to us in the
So if you
synopsis.
yourself want a monkey's paw, head to Morocco.
Morocco. Why was that a thing? Because I feel like that's a legitimate thing in real life. Like monkey's paws or good luck. Is that a thing, or is that just like for the episode?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's what's an old wives' tale but evil.
You step on a crack, you break your mother's back.
Oh yeah, well, one of those sort of things. But it's probably like, I don't know if it's voodoo or something. One of those sort of things,
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you believe in it? Can I ask you that?
No, but they're fun. I mean, that's.
But you don't believe in it. You don't believe what? You don't believe in there's devils, ghosts, any of that stuff, breaking. I don't know, superstitious stuff like that. You don't believe in any of it. If I stepped on a crack, I don't get any bad luck.
No, I have zero superstitious thoughts or beliefs. But
cool.
I think they're fun.
It's really weird because, like, I think I'm the same as you. I buy into it because it's fun, but I don't believe it. Like Erica's like really big on like, if you think this way,
negative karma.
Like,
I mean,
if I think this thought.
But that sort of stuff, I mean, if you're saying that, like, you having negative thoughts will negatively impact you, that's true,
No. More so, like, if I think this, it's going to happen. That's crazy. Like, makes no sense.
Wasn't that a book, like The Secret or something?
Yeah.
You
Some
will
absolute
it
bollocks.
into be.
Yeah,
but, I mean, the sentiment of that sort of stuff is just like a positive attitude towards things, which is
have a positive
true.
attitude, but it's not like if I think this, it's going to happen. If I don't do this, it's going to happen. It's like, what? And I like, it's funny because I had this OCD thing when I was younger where I thought the same thing. And then I just got myself out of it by being like, you know what? I'm going to allow whatever bad thing might happen to happen because I'm sick of this mentality of like, if I don't do this regular routine of whatever I do or this regular thought, or if I think this way, this thing's going to happen. It's like I've been seeing these memes recently. It's like I saw that one as like, girls, what they think. And it's like, I wonder if he's thinking about other girls. And it's like the guy and he's like doing a deadlift. And he goes, if I can't lift this up, I'm gay and all my friends are going to die. It's like, dumb things like that, which is like, okay, by the way, I'm not a homophobe at all. Like, I love gay people.
That is the meme that you saw, yeah.
But that's the meme that I saw.
Yeah, like, that is definitely a mentality that has cursed me in the past. Not necessarily that exact phrase, but it's like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to do this later or something. Like I have,
so I feel like everyone when they were younger has experienced that, but some people don't get over it and just go like, because I guess I made myself get over it because even in my like early adult years, I had that mentality. And I was just like, you know what? I just can't keep living like this. This is crazy. Like being like, I have to do this regular thing every night, whatever it was. I don't remember the sort of like crazy traditional things that I would do, but I would do these things and I'd be like, dude, what? That thing that I do isn't making, I don't know,
it's
my
not
family
rational.
not die. It's not rational. Like that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see what happens if I don't do it. And I don't do it and nothing happens. Like, oh, that's so weird. Nothing happened.
You broke the curse.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a thing. Maybe yeah, exactly. So I think it's interesting. But yeah, so they're having this dream. They go to Morocco. That's where we're going back to, by the way.
Monkey's paw. Yeah.
Monkey's
paw. Take it home.
What would you? So Homer buys monkey's paw from dude. I don't know. Takes it home.
I mean, there is the good joke where he's like, I bought it from that shop right over there. There's nothing there. And it's like, oh my God, he's disappeared. And then he's like, over there.
Oh, yeah, over there. Yeah. That's a good joke. And then, so it's like and he buys a monkey's paw is it the monkey's paw dating back to Alan Biabdallah, like whoever that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know if the monkey's paw. And then Homer has to pay a fine of $2 to the
Yeah, the import
that's
tax
right.
or whatever it is.
Yeah. So Homer's bringing some stuff into the country, and they find out, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And he's like smuggling whatever into the country on the plane, and these Moroccan police like
Have you ever had to pay import tax to get things into Australia? It's horrendous. It's expensive.
Did you get pulled up? I never got pulled up.
No, not while traveling, but if I order some things from other countries, I better say. What
It's
some
above a
things are,
certain
otherwise
amount of
people
money,
think
though.
I'm
It's
gonna
like-
be like, yeah,
It's above like $500 or something like that.
It's so
What are you
much money.
buying?
Boots. I ordered some boots from Canada. And
How much?
yeah.
How much?
An amount. But how much did I pay on the like?
No, how much? How much did you pay for the boots, and then how much was the import tax? I want to know.
Is the import tax based on the amount of the cost of the item?
I imagine so.
Okay,
Right.
then I'm not answering either of those questions.
Dude, how much are these boots? I want to know now.
No. For any of you boot fiends out there, if I bought boots from Canada, they'll know who it is.
Are they very, very expensive boots?
I mean, they're more money than you should pay for boots, but
I'm not judging you, by the way. I bought the $600 Steph Curry card in Japan last month.
yeah, but that's probably going to go up in value, Jared.
Well, maybe.
That's an
He is-
investment.
Yeah, well, that's true. Boots, are they an investment?
I mean, they look
it's
good.
funny.
And actually,
what-
Jared, they were the boots I wore to your wedding. Funnily enough.
You never told me what boots they were.
No, but the ones that I wore to your wedding were the ones that I got import taxed on. So,
What brand were they?
okay.
Let me guess.
They
Let me
are-
guess. Let me guess. Let me guess.
all
Let me
right.
guess.
Boot brands
Were
in
they-
Canada. Yeah.
Oh, is it like a brand, a Canadian brand?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't even know. I was gonna say RM Williams.
No, well, they're Australian made. You don't have to pay import tax on them.
Oh, I didn't see. Why are you such a boot connoisseur? This is a thing that I didn't even know was a big thing. People into boots, like that's a.
Well, I remember you were like ragging out your brother Rob for having RMs
But
because he's
he does have
doctor
RM
or
Williams.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, oh, yeah.
No, I wasn't ragging him out. Like,
You
whatever,
were a
buy
bit.
whatever you want. Bro, I'm buying Steph Curry cards for $600. That's stupid, but I mean, like, I just
all right. We'll do a live reaction. The brand is Viberg.
Viberg.
Yep, Viberg.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. But if you're a boot fiend, you'll
You know about them.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Are we talking like $3K for boots?
Not quite 3.
Okay, because Erica bought a secondhand Prada bag in Japan for
that's-
$700.
Truly insane. The prices for
Is
Some
$700
of those
expensive
things.
for boots?
yeah. I mean, that'll get you some pretty good brands.
Okay, am I talking 2K for your boots?
Yes.
Okay. Erica's, I mean, to be fair, like, I spent 8K in Japan, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much cool stuff there. Like,
I mean, to
what
be
were you
fair,
meant
yeah,
to do?
bought a lot of clothes, but no Simpsons stuff, believe it or not. No Simpsons stuff. I don't see the Simpsons that much.
I'm not even sure I saw much Simpsons stuff when I was there.
Maybe like 2 Simpsons things. I'm just thinking back. I can't remember what they were. Maybe 2 Simpsons, like, I don't know, like faces. Maybe Homer Simpson's face. Mr. Washy.
Most of my money went on Pokemon cards and 7-Eleven buns from their hot food cabinet.
Dude, 7-Eleven hat. But most of I mean, 7-Eleven's cheap. Well, cheapish. No, it's
Huh.
cheap.
I mean,
Like, you buy
7-Eleven
so much-
slaps in Japan. They've got awesome food
Oh, it's
there.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Like those Boss coffees are like the
Oh,
Boss of
Coffee
the
Boss.
family coffees are
Yeah,
incredible.
man, they're good.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And
No,
it's
I've
so
been in
good that
Japan.
they're available now, like here now.
Yeah, I know,
And
but they're still like expensive here. Why are they expensive here?
Yeah, for like a tiny one shot of coffee. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're
Like I'm
good.
paying $5 for a coffee. Over there it was like $1.30.
yeah,
Whatever it was.
I mean,
Like-
they like their alcohol's so cheap as well. So when we went, it was still the open carry, so we could just like take it.
Yeah, no, it was open carry. It was open carry for us too when we were there. But Eric was telling me it was changed on the 1st of October.
Oh, okay. So you just missed. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. We just missed it. Like when we came back, it changed. I don't know if that's true. Do your own research, people? But she was telling me that like it just changed the laws, so it wasn't open carry. I don't know if that's true. Do your own research, work it out, whatever. But yeah. So, but Japan's great. Go check it out.
The public transport there is so good that you can just get everywhere completely toasted. So it was good.
100%. Like mate. Trains rock up on time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So back to the episode. Yeah, Homer has to pay a fine of $2 that he screams, but wants X-ray specs, and Lisa wants a piece of on Earth for their wishes after they get the monkey paw. Maggie made a wish and got a luxury car, but it was just a pacifier that was delivered by some dude in a luxury car.
Here's my note. Maggie uses the paw and places an order for a new pacifier from Amazon with same-day delivery.
Oh my God, that is so accurate. I just smashed my mic, by the way. Oh, well, that's right. I'm leaving that in.
Just slap it.
But yeah, that is accurate. Like some fancy car rocks up, delivers her a pacifier.
Yeah.
But Homer's like, "Oh, good Maggie, she got us a luxury car, but it wasn't." And then Bart wishes for Simpsons to be rich and famous. They go to the Gilded Truffle, the fanciest restaurant in town. Everyone's talking smack about the Simpsons because there's a tall poppy syndrome in the US as well as there is in the Australia.
Do you think this is the writers having a bit of fun with it? That because Simpsons is blowing up season 3, Simpsons is everywhere.
I didn't get that meta with it. Did you think that?
Well, I was wondering if that was what their intent was.
Could have been. What happened? I did. I've got no notes post that.
How explosive Simpsons' rise was. Like Bart had an album and all that sort of stupid crap.
Yeah, with the Bartman and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I actually had that album. I didn't have the album, but I had like a MP3 download of that. Go ahead and do the Bartman. If you can.
I mean, both of us have a ludicrous amount of Simpsons related memorabilia and stuff. So,
dude, I just went through my pop vinyls and all my like little like
knickknacks,
and oh my God, I have so much Simpsons stuff. I got like Simpsons bloody stubby holders and Simpsons like little like I don't know, display people and whatever. I don't know, it's really crazy. So I got heaps of stuff.
You remember my birthday present last year? It was the
my birthday present last year.
Like I can't even think of the word, but it's like a Nintendo cartridge, but it's got Bone Storm on it, and it's like framed.
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah,
I really want to get the Lee Carvello's one as well.
Yes, dude, frame that. Lee Carvello's putting challenge would be the worst game in the world. You said no. Sorry. Don't get me started on Christmas episodes. So
it turns out being rich and famous not so good because they're so famous that everyone hates them. Tall poppy, like you said.
Yeah. What happens in the what happens though? Because
I don't think there's a resolution to that. I think they finish the segment still being rich and famous.
Oh, okay, cool. Because then I've got Lisa wishes for world peace, and Homer says it was very selfish of her to wish for world peace because she wasted a wish. Yeah. Kang and Kodos show up again and take over because no guns and stuff. Oh yeah, world peace. They throw away the guns and they become like sort of this like anti sort of war sentiment about the world.
Peace and love, destroy all weapons, brotherly love.
And Kang and Kodos take over the world. And Lisa wishes, Homer wishes for a turkey sandwich, and the turkey was a little dry. And Homer gets very upset.
That was like he gets the most upset about. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously with every wish, because it's cursed or whatever, this monkey paw, every wish they make is like something bad happens, and the thing that happens with Homer's sandwich is the turkey's a bit dry, which is funny. And then
tries to throw the paw out.
He tries to throw the paw out, and Flanders gets it. Oh no! Before that, but someone chases the aliens with a board with a nail in it, and they like, oh no, he's got a board with a nail in it. Run away! And they run away into their ship and fly away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Mo. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're right. Flanders gets the monkey paw, and it works. He wishes for everything to go back to normal, and for him to, I don't know, he gets a nice house somehow. And then Mo chases the aliens away with a board with a nail in it, and they're like, we're going to get a bigger board with a bigger nail in it, and we'll come back. But that's it. Everything's good except Flanders. The Paul works out for, and he gets a nice house.
Yeah, and
makes a
everyone
wish.
loves Flanders for getting rid of the aliens.
And it all works out, and Homer's jealous, and that's it. What did you give the episode?
Nothing, but I'm probably gonna give it a
Right.
maybe just a C.
Yeah, I gave it like a C or a B, but I'll give it a C. Let's keep it at that. And then
Bart's Dream.
yeah, Bart's Dream. I've got Happy Thoughts in Springfield, whatever that means.
Because so this is like the Twilight Zone one, so we have a narrator, and he's saying everyone in Springfield has to think happy thoughts and
because Bart
things.
does bad things to people that think, Bart has some power. He can do whatever he wants to anyone, turn people into whatever or kill them or I don't know, whatever he does. And
yeah, got magic mind powers.
yeah, so Bart's doing bad things. He says the curtain's on fire, and Homer goes, "Oh, good, the curtains are on fire." Homer says, "It's good you made that awful thing, Bart. Real good."
Yeah, it's when he like transforms the cat. Yeah.
And then, what have I got? All I've got as a note is Bonerland. What the hell is that for?
So on the test, so Crabapple says that American history has changed yet again, and now we're called Bonerland or whatever because it matches.
That's right.
So to change,
Which seems like a very
Seems
like a very inappropriate Simpsons joke. I don't know.
For Bart to make. Yeah, it is. It's a bit crass.
Yeah, a bit crude. Prank call and Mrs. K laughs. Oh yeah. So Bart prank calls Mo, and this is the I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and my butt smells and I like to kiss my own butt.
So low effort and so funny.
But everyone laughs in the tavern and Mrs. Krabappel laughs like it's hilarious because they give him the official school phone, whatever. But then Bart listens to Marge because she gets upset and goes to counselling, and he goes to Dr. Marvin Monroe. But he turns Homer into a Jack in the Box, and Homer starts doing nice things for Bart, and they become friends because Marvin Monroe suggests that Homer and Bart spend quality time together. And there's a montage of them hanging out, and I asked, what were they doing in the church in the montage? I don't know.
Yeah, they just went to church together, which is odd.
Weird.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it all happens. It all goes well. They hug each other, and then Homer says, "Can you turn me back into a normal person?" And Bart turns him into a normal person, and that's
the end. Yeah,
and Bart wakes up screaming.
Pretty stinky segment. There was that very little happened in that, I feel.
Yeah, what did you give it?
Nothing, but I'd probably still give it like a C.
Yeah, I give it a C too.
I mean, the best part is the Moe's prank call.
You wouldn't give it a D?
I reckon we can give it a D. I think the prank call is like the only funny thing in the episode, really.
I think irrespective, it's going to be... Okay, the next one's going to be Homer... I don't know. What's this episode called? I don't even know what it's called. But Homer gets fired for sleeping on the job by Burns. Down in the laboratory, and Burns is making a robot worker, right? Homer needs to find a new job, becomes a gravedigger. Willie is Homer's boss for some reason.
Yeah, he gets
Homer falls asleep on the job, and they find, and Mr. Burns is finding like a person, like a
needs a
body
brain.
with a brain to make this robot work, like Frankenstein's monster, like Dr. Frankenstein. So he finds Homer sleeping in the ditch. Smithers is able to drag Homer out of the ditch somehow in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a Booger Man reference. I don't know where this comes up, but I said the Booger Man.
That's the only note you took. The Booger Man.
Yeah, at some point, it's not
it's not
Mr.
the
Burns
famous
says,
Boogeyman quote, is it?
No, it's not. But
the quote.
But Burns says something along the lines of like, "Oh, the Booger Man." Burns waking Homer with a shovel. Oh, whacking Homer with a shovel, right? because he's
I
still
see
alive.
you do the same thing I do, which is furiously take notes and never proofread.
No, yep, 100%. Yeah. And then anyway, they cut open Homer's brain. They get his brain, and Burns says to Smithers, "This isn't rocket science; it's brain surgery." And he's getting the brain out of the head. It's a good joke. And then he puts a brain in the robot that he's making and turns it into a human. He says, "That fellow at Radio Shack says I was mad. Look who's mad now." But then Robot Homer starts sleeping, and he's lazy, and he sucks. And
goes straight for donuts. It's Homer, but in a metal body.
yeah, it's Homer just in a metal body. It's donuts, and they decide that it's not what they want. So what do they do with the robot? They kill it? I don't know.
They take the brain out and put it back in Homer's body.
Oh, that's right. And Homer's still alive. And then Burns says, "I owe you a Coke" to Smithers, which is a reference to another episode later. Another Halloween episode too later.
Really? I don't remember that. You'll have
the episode. I'll bring it up when it comes up. No, do I tell it now? I'll tell you now.
Yeah,
No,
tell it now. Yeah.
It's when the Shining episode when he goes, "Tell you what, if we come back and they're all murdered, I owe you a Coke."
Family. Yep.
I've seen that episode a lot. It's a great episode.
It is. The shinning. Yeah.
Anyway, someone needs to pee, so he says he's got to go shake the dew off the lily. That's what Homer says when he has to pee. Homer wakes up and Burns' head is attached to him. That's right. How does that happen? Oh, yeah. So the robot Homer falls on Burns, kills Burns, but then he crushes his body, but his head's still alive, gets attached to Homer, and then they live together. That's it. What a weird episode. What did you think about that one?
Let's just give it a C and move on, I reckon. Or do you want to give it a D?
Nah, I reckon C at best, be a C.
I mean, anything if they said Booger Man, I think saying Booger Man is enough to give it a C.
Yeah, so C plus D plus C equals C. I think it's a C.
Yeah.
Put in C, let's move on.
Blasting through this.
Yeah, last one. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Let's smash this last one. We've gotten off track a little bit. Last one is, I've talked about beds. We've talked about far out wines. Devil's Wine. Devil's Vine, sorry. Can you believe that that's what it's called? Can you believe that?
I can.
Do you believe that?
Did you go out of your way to get something that's
No, I just had it.
Oh, I mean, sorry. We got it sent to us. So you went down to the wine cellar and picked something that was
that's what you meant, my wine cellar, yeah. Dude,
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I just picked this one from my wine cellar completely randomly.
Yeah. It was obviously next to the Le Chateau Le Grand from 1460 that you just haven't opened yet.
Dude, yeah, literally.
Great
Or
year.
Le Bleu Chanté from 1786.
Also a good year.
Good year, man.
Is it a good year? I bet we both just said years that awful atrocities happened.
The murdering of King James. I don't know, yeah. Anyway, it was a good year. What a great year to be alive.
Historians, let us know what kind of awful things we just said.
Write it to crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if anything happened in whatever year I just said.
I think I said 14 something, so who knows?
It's a long time ago.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. Sorry, Simpsons episode 3. Let me delete those previous season notes. Simpsons episode 3. So this is Treehouse of Horror episode 3, season 4, episode 5. Treehouse of Horror episode 3. Carlos Beza, 25 million viewers, up from 19 million viewers the week before, dude, or the month before. Sorry. Oh no, 2 weeks before. 19 million to 25 million. It's a popular episode. Treehouse of Horror episodes. In the third Treehouse of... Oh, actually, sorry. Let's read the Disney Plus one. Shall we?
Can't skip it.
My description. What are we? Season episode 5. So episode 5 says... a doll goes berserk and Lisa's attempt to revive her dead cat turns the town into zombies. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a third episode in there somewhere, but... Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's find out which one they skipped. Oh, they skipped the crap one. Sorry, I just gave it away. In the third Treehouse of Horror episode, the Simpsons family holds a Halloween party and several family members tell scary stories. Clown Without Pity is the first one. Lisa's story. Homer buys Bart a crusty doll, which turns out to be evil and tries to kill Homer. I thought that was Abe's story. Anyway, King Homer is number 2. In Grandpa's story, a King Kong parody, Mr. Burns decides to hire Marge Bouvier to trap an ape who looks like Homer, and then dials E for zombie. In Bart's story, the final one, Bart discovers an occult book and tries to use one of the spells to bring back the family cat, but instead he accidentally summons a horde of zombies. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go from the start. So they're sitting around, they're having a Halloween party. I said, the initial curtain intro, Homer, you see there are crybabies out there, religious types mostly. If it's too scary, turn your TV off now, I dare you. And he starts doing a chicken noise, bark, bark, bark. And then Marge says, Homer, did you just call everyone chicken? And he goes, Homer says, no, I swear on this Bible. And Marge says, that's not a Bible, that's a book of carpet samples, which is pretty funny. But I do like the religious types mostly.
Yeah.
Great intro and start where Homer comes down the stairs and says, behold, mighty Caesar in all his glory, but a nail rips off his robe as he's dressed as Julius Caesar and he's just naked. Then funny that awesome. Martin is in a dress and wings. This is called Calliope. I don't know, some Calliope thing, whatever he is. Martin's in a dress and wings.
Calliope.
Right, I wrote it as Calliope.
Calliope.
What the hell is Calliope?
Goddess, isn't she? One of them things.
Wow. Bart is dressed as a gangster from New York, I reckon. I don't know what he's dressed as.
Is he? He's like a Tommy Gunn kind of looking dude.
He's like, you don't know nothing, no how, no where.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that type of deal. And then Marge handing out the evil. Oh yeah, so she goes, I've got the innards of an evil witch who died a horrible death, and then hands out some I don't know, they're grapes, I guess. Hands out some hair that's like spaghetti and hands out some beef as her brain. She goes, this is her brains. And then Bart goes, yo, Mom, we haven't got the eyeballs yet. And then they look at Homer and he's just eating them all. And she goes, Homer. And then Homer says, yeah, well, it was an evil game. And so anyway, Lisa's like, well, let's tell some stories. So she starts telling about the story of the boy and his evil doll. Clown of Pity, it's called. So starts off with Abe giving a present. Happy birthday, Bart. Marge says, where did you get all this money, Grandpa? And Grandpa says, the government. I didn't earn it. I don't need it. But if they miss one payment, I'll raise hell, which is an amazing joke. So accurate. I love the old people jokes in The Simpsons. Then Homer says, Homer forgets a present. He goes, don't worry, son. I forgot to get you a present, but I swear on my father's grave, I'll get you one now. Homer goes to the House of Evil and says to the shopkeep, do you sell toys? And the evil shopkeep says, we sell forbidden objects from places men fear to tread. We also sell frozen yogurt, which I call Froggit. And then Homer says, I need a present for my son's birthday. And he says, perhaps this will please the gentleman. And shows a bunch of stuff on the shelves. The camera pans across. There's a shrunken head, 2-headed cat statue, and a beating heart in a jar, and then the crusty doll. The evil shopkeeper says, take the subject, but beware, it carries a terrible curse. And Homer says, ooh, that's bad. And then the keep says, but it comes with a free Froggit. And Homer says, that's good. And then the shopkeeper says, the Froggit is also cursed. And Homer goes, that's bad. But the keep says, but you get your choice of topping. And Homer says, that's good. And then the keep says, the topping contains potassium benzoate. And Homer just stares blankly. The shopkeep goes, that's bad. And Homer goes, can I go now? Which is
also a very common Simpsons meme format.
It's absolute Simpsons thread and a half. Like,
yeah,
amazing. I love the "Can I go now" at the end.
Yeah,
that's bad. Can I go now? Yeah, can I go now? It's so funny. That's bad. Kids playing pin the tail. This is a good part. Did you notice this? The kids are playing pin the tail on the donkey on the door. Millhouse has the donkey's tail, is about to pin it, and then Homer opens the door and just absolutely flattens Millhouse.
I didn't know.
So good. Millhouse makes a noise like, ah! So good.
We're a fan of shaming and maiming Millhouse.
Millhouse sucks. I love it. Bart starts Great Caesar's ghost. A talking Krusty doll, which is like the weirdest thing for Bart to say. Great Caesar's ghost.
Yeah.
When did Bart become like a 1930s?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, that is quite weird.
Great Caesar's ghost. Anyway, Bart says, "Thanks, Dad. I love you. I love you too, son." Anyway, Grandpa says, "That doll is evil, I tell you, evil." And it's like really creepy. But then Marge says, Grandpa, you said that about all the presents. And he goes, "I just wanted to be seen." But then there's a news report. Homer's watching the news, sort of fades away. Homer's watching the news. And Camp Rogman says, "And in good news, scientists say that Springfield's air is only dangerous to the breath to breathe for infants and the elderly." And Homer says, "Woohoo!" And the Krusty doll says, "I don't like you." The Krusty doll says, and Homer laughs, and the Krusty says, "I'm gonna kill you." And Homer starts screaming. And then the Krusty doll, Homer freaks out and says, "The Krusty doll's trying to kill me." And then they all run in, all the family, and Bart says, "I'd say the pressure's finally got to Dad, but what pressure?" Which is pretty funny. I don't know if you have anything to add between now and what I've just said.
No, I mean, you're hitting every point that happens. I mean, it's certainly an episode.
Oh, was that it?
Yep. Certainly is
an episode. It is an episode, yeah. So Homer's fades away again. A lot of fades in this, like just cross fades. And Homer's in the bathtub singing, "My baloney has a first name. It's H-O-M-E-R. My baloney has a second name. It's H-O-M-E-R." Or whatever it is. And then the Krusty doll comes to kill Homer. And Homer sort of puts the Krusty doll in a sock bag in a suitcase with chains on it and throws it in a bottomless pit. Another guy comes to this bottomless pit, which is signed, and says, "I was a fool to think anyone would want nude photos of Whoopi Goldberg." Yeah. And throws them in, but even the bottomless pit doesn't want them and throws them back out. Yeah. Which is a funny joke for like early Simpsons. Like, I don't know, this is early Simpsons, man. Like the fact that joke was there is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Krusty doll comes back and starts attacking Homer, and Homer starts going, "Marge, the doll's trying to kill me, and the toaster keeps laughing at me," as he's like being attacked by the doll. I don't get the toaster joke. Do you know the toaster joke? He says the doll's trying to kill me, and the toaster keeps laughing at me.
I think it's just saying how ridiculous Homer is and making it sound like the doll trying to kill him is a ridiculous thing. Yeah, I think.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but then she sees it. But anyway, Marge calls the Krusty doll hotline. She gets to the hotline and she goes, she says, "Your doll's trying to kill my husband." "Yes, I'll hold." And then she holds, and then someone comes out and says, "Oh, here's the issue. The doll was set to evil. Somebody set it to evil instead of good," or whatever. And he resets it by just flicking the switch on the back of the doll. And then the doll starts like becoming Homer's lackey.
Like subservient to him.
Yeah, and just like cooking him stuff and whatever, and then is in love with a Malibu Stacy doll, and that was the end of the episode.
Comes home to the Malibu Stacy doll and just is wrecked after his day of working for Homer.
What did you think?
I mean, now that I know that Milhouse gets hurt, I like this episode, this section more.
Did you not like it? You didn't like it at all?
I mean, it's a classic, right? Because it's got the Froget thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be higher than a B for me.
I think a B too.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, well, same page then. Good.
Yeah, I might give it an A, but like I'll stick with a B just because that's what we're at. The second story, Homer tells his story with so it's cuts to Homer telling a story with a flashlight. I've already told you this joke, but I really like this joke. I think this is an amazing joke. I'm going to count it as the next part of the episode. Homer's telling a story with a flashlight, and Homer says, "So then his wife comes through the door," and Bart goes, "So?" Homer goes, "Did I mention she was dead?" And Lisa goes, "No." And Homer goes, "Well, she was. And she hit him in the head with a golf club." And Bart goes, And Homer goes, "Don't you remember? He went golfing all the time. It really bugged her." And Lisa goes, "You said she went bowling." And Homer goes, "Don't." Which is an amazing joke. I just love that joke so much.
It works so well after an ad break as well. Like coming back to that is
100%. I just like the part where he goes, well, she was, and she hit him in the head with the golf club. And don't you remember? He went golfing all the time and it really bugged her. She's a really bland, like, horror story anyway. So Bart says, Grandpa, why don't you tell us one of your stories? You've led an interesting life. And Abe goes, that's a lie and you know it. But I've seen a lot of movies. Which is a good joke because Abe sucks. But then he goes to King.
Over the course of The Simpsons, we see that he's lived a very interesting life anyway. So,
well, has he? We tarred an onion on our
Hellfish
belch, which was the
Bonanza
style.
and
Yeah, true. Style at the time. Yeah. And the lemon of Troy.
onions on his belts and
A lemon of Troy, yeah. All that stuff. So King Homer is episode number 2, or the second chronicle of this episode. So they Marge gets so it's like black and white, so it's meant to be like the King Kong ripoff or whatever it is. And Marge Bouvier gets a note. Single white female rather, wanted for mysterious expedition. Must like monkeys, non-smoker preferred.
Yeah.
So she's in. She rocks up, and she's like, "I'm here for this thing." And then, Burns says, "You're in." But then Smithers says, "I think women and semen don't mix." And Burns says, "We all know what you think." Which is, I guess, like, does Burns know what he thinks? I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
It's implied.
Yeah, I suppose, but not necessarily that he fantasizes about Burns.
Yeah, true.
Maybe he just knows that he likes the company of men. Sure, who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? But Lenny, Carl, and some dude are like hanging on the top of the boat, like they're on the mast or whatever, just talking and whatever, and they're talking about Ape Island and apes and candy apple. Oh, yeah, that's right. And they say, oh, why do we have to go to Ape Island? Why couldn't we go to Candy Apple Island? And the guy below Carl, whatever his name is, or below Lenny, says, there's actually apes in Candy Apple Island, but they're not so big. Some guy... Oh, wait, what am I saying? Oh.
Well, while you gather your notes, let me read how well my typos have gone in this.
Please do.
Burns, Isto, Sandhouse story, the Etting Upper crew to go to Kong, and when Targo Ictoing about his thoughts on bringing Marge on the ship, Smithers had said, I don't think women and semen should mix.
I feel like that's the guy. Murphy, you are an elf uncontrollably. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Yeah. I mean, I know what the second part of that sentence is about, but the first part, I've got no idea. Targo Ichting.
Targo Ichting, elf, uncontrollably.
And later on here, I try and say they go to Kong Island, and it's just corrected to Long Island. So
which makes sense, because they could go to Long Island. That makes a lot of sense. It's in It's in the US. Did my phone...
Well, I mean, the gist is they go to Kong Island, right? And they're trying to capture Big Homer because Homer's Kong. And
so they're using Marge as bait, right?
Bring them back to show off as like a freak show kind of thing, right?
Yeah, he wants to capture the ape and like show it off and make money out of it. And they're using Marge as bait.
Uh-oh. Are you dead?
And then Burns calls her, we wouldn't leave behind the
folks,
bait.
I think he might be dead. Well, this is a one-man show now.
Oh, I muted myself. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just talking to the viewer, to the listeners, and you were just saying I was dead.
You're
but I was
having
saying
a private moment with them, were you?
Yeah, well, you were saying that I was dead, so they were hearing me. You were saying I was dead simultaneously while I was talking. So it's just like this. That's
really
spooky.
Confusing.
That's spooky enough. I feel like the Halloween thing's already.
Yeah, I mean, one of us may be dead by the end of this recording.
We don't know. Who knows? Who knows? If I'm dead,
why don't we just guarantee it? That way, they have to wait around to find out who.
Okay. We'll draw straws. But yeah, so they go to not Candy Apple Island. They go to Ape Island, and Burns, says to Marge, we wouldn't leave the bait, and he has to cover it up. He goes, bait thing beauty. And he goes, well, cover that up nicely. Which right in front of her, which is stupid. And then he says, we wouldn't dream of sacrificing the blue-haired woman. But then, he says, let's capture this ape alive. Alive, we can put him on Broadway. And dead, they'll sell him as monkey stew to the army. But Lenny gets eaten by Homer, the big ape. So Homer's the giant ape, the King Kong style character, whatever he is. Mm-hmm. Burns says, let's bomb him. And he tries to bomb the ape, but he bombs himself and starts singing, I was trolling through the gas one day, sort of thing. And then Smithers bombs the ape, gasses Homer with the same bombs. Smithers gets eaten after Burns says that he'll get a pay rise for gassing Homer, conveniently. And Burns says, well, the ape's going to stand around for 3 hours or so. Oh, that's right. They go to they start like the freak show in back in the country in the US, and they're like, what
or something,
wherever it is,
Broadway,
Hollywood or whatever,
something,
Broadway. And what is he going to do? And Burns says, well, the ape's going to stand around for 3 hours or so, and then we'll close with the ethnic comedy of Dugan and Dershowitz, which is a reference I didn't look up, but
no, I didn't look it up. But he's going to stand around for 3 hours. People just going to ogle him. Yeah,
that was the good part. Yeah, he's going to stand around for 3 hours, and then they say, "Welcome, Homer, the eighth wonder of the world." But then he breaks free and
goes crazy, starts eating people.
Oh! Before that, Barney goes, "Whoa! Look at the size of that platform that Homer's standing on."
Barney, yeah.
And then the photographers start making him angry at the Flash, and he breaks free because the Flash and their cameras are pissing him off. And then, he breaks out, starts munching on everyone, and then Shirley Temple's singing Good Ship Lollipop. On the good ship Lollipop. And then she gets eaten. And then Burns sitting with Marge, and he says, I'm dreading the reviews. Yeah. I can tell you that after all of it, which is, I love some of the Burns comments are so funny, man. Oh, I'm dreading the reviews.
Good. Yeah.
It's so funny. Homer takes Marge. So, she's sitting in the hotel room or whatever with Burns, and Homer grabs Marge out and takes her up, but he starts climbing the tower.
Kong thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kong, but he's exhausted. And he falls, and then it goes to he looks like he's been climbing for ages, but he goes to an extreme long shot, and he falls, but he's like literally 2 meters up the tower, and he falls and dies or whatever. The story in the paper, woman weds ape, and then photographer taking a pic of the ape and the bride's family, and they're cleaning themselves. Oh, the ape's family are all monkeys, and they're cleaning themselves, or whatever, and they get married.
Is it like the usher or something? The monkey comes in and he's like, "Oh, are you with the bride or the groom?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, that's that episode. King Kong, kind of. What do you reckon?
What do we give the last one?
B, and that was a good one.
Yeah. I guess it has to be a C then, doesn't it?
I think so too. Yeah, C.
Yeah.
It
has some good. It has some good moments. Like the Burn stuff is good.
I was literally about to say that all the Burn stuff's great.
Yeah.
The Marge stuff kind of sucks. The Homer stuff's all right, but he's not really in it. It's just him as an ape.
Yeah, it's just
the Smithers stuff's average, but the Burns stuff is amazing. Burns is always a great character.
Yeah.
But then so Marge starts serving an array of fruit and says, "Fruit is nature's candy," because they don't have candy. And then so it cuts out. Obviously, they're back in the house. Marge is serving fruit. Flanders comes in the house groaning, but he's a headless man who rocks up. And then Bart starts telling this horror story, Dial Z for Zombies. So Bart opens with Bart telling a book report, and he's reporting on a children's book. He says,
picture book or something.
Yeah, he says, from A to apples to Z to zebras, baby's first pop-up book is 26 pages of alphabetical adventure. And then he sits down after the book report, and Edna Krabappel says, Bart, you mean to tell me you read a book intended for preschoolers? And Bart says, well, most of it.
It's such a bad
she
joke.
says you have
That's
to read.
so funny.
It's a good one. Then Bart has to go back, and she says you have to read something else. So Bart's reading Find Waldo yet again.
Yeah.
But he goes
He's,
into a
like,
different
right
section.
at the front or something, and they're not even trying anymore. or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. He's like literally standing in the front. And there's no other characters around Waldo. He's like next to a dog. And then Bart goes into the restricted section of the library, or like this new section. He's like, I've never seen this section before. He finds a book that sort of falls on him. And goes to Lisa, and Lisa says, oh, she's grieving her first cat, Snowball, who died this day 4 years ago, which was, it's Halloween night or whatever. And she says, died this night 4 years ago by the mayor's brother Clovis, which his drunken brother, beer swilling brother Clovis.
Do we ever see Clovis? I don't remember Clovis.
I've never met Clovis. I don't know who
Yeah.
Clovis is, so I
Yeah.
don't think so. But Clovis kills Lisa's cat, the first one. But then Bart says maybe there's a spell in this book to, I guess he works out it's a spell book, get your cat alive again. So he looks through them. He says how to get your skeleton. He's looking through the ads, or the spells, how to get your skeleton the widest, how to sell souls in a buyer's market, how to raise the dead. And so anyway, they cut to the pet cemetery. They've a bunch of pets buried there, capital critters, the family dog on graves, on the gravesite, on the gravestones. And they start trying to get them alive, and something, they do the spell and they revive them, and Lisa says like, oh my god, it's zombies, and Bart says I believe they like to be called the living impaired, which is a joke, I guess.
Just barely.
But yeah, so all these zombies are coming back to life, and Willie's fixing a garden at the school or wherever he is, and these zombies come out of it, and he goes, zombies. And then he fixes the garden back up, and he goes, there you go, pretty as a picture. And then goes back to normal. And then, all these zombies start eating people's brains, whatever they're doing, and Flanders opens the door to someone, and he goes, Sue Dokes, you rascal, and screams because he's getting eaten by Sue Dokes, the zombie that just got alive. And then Homer says, oh yeah, and the kids go screaming to Homer and go, oh my god, dad, 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 dad. And Homer goes, what? Did you wreck the car? And they go, no. And he goes, did you raise the dead? And they go, yep. And he goes, but the car's okay. And they say, yes. So they've raised the dead. I said parents' brains on a 3x5 card and send it to. Oh yeah, that's right. Krusty's they're all zombies. All the people are zombies. Krusty's on the TV, and he goes, Krusty's zombie, and he goes, and if you send your parents' brains on a 3x5 card and send it to, and he gets his whatever on the TV, and Homer is boarding up the door. Oh, that's right. And then they're boarding up the house, and Marge goes, Homer, did you board up the door? And Homer goes, why? He goes, and then the zombies start breaking. He goes, oh, right, the zombies. Because he was sitting on the couch watching TV. Homer gets his gun and goes to the book depository.
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
decide to go back to the occult section to see if there's like another book of spells of undoing.
Yeah, but the joke where Homer gets his gun and goes, to the book depository, which is a stupid like JFK style joke. Is it not?
They're, JFK.
Yeah, isn't that like South Park do the same thing? To the book depository where Officer Barbrady, like the dude's trying to kill on South Park, whoever's trying to kill the girl. Who's the singer? The young singer girl. It's a beefcake episode.
I don't remember any of this. What are we talking
Dude,
about?
you watched it.
I've
Cartman
watched
starts
that,
taking beefcake, and he gets an award, and he's going to get an award by some woman. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, yes.
But then
Yes,
Garrison
this
tries
does-
to shoot her, and he goes to the book's depository.
Yes. Okay. I remember. I remember the episode. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so he goes to the book depository, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's a JFK reference, because isn't that where like how Lee Harvey Oswald is alleged to have shot JFK, even though he didn't shoot JFK?
Oh, hot takes
Sorry,
right
maybe
here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that too controversial to put into the podcast?
No.
Do your own
I think
research.
it's
Do your own research.
Widely accepted truth, Jared.
That the CIA killed. Yeah, Jesus. No, do your own research. But yeah, book
They
depository.
make a break for the car. Homer's got his gun.
Oh, and then oh, that's right. Homer's got his gun. They make a break for the car. And
zombie Flanders approaches them, and
That's
Homer
right.
just blasts him.
Blast him with a shotgun, and then Bart goes, "Oh my god, Dad, you killed the zombie Flanders!" And then Homer goes, "Flanders was a zombie,"
Yeah.
which is a good joke because he just killed Flanders. And then, sorry, I forgot where I'm up to here.
I mean, they
shoots
go
Flanders.
back to the book repository.
Oh, before
to the
that, no,
occult
before
section.
that, Kang and it cuts to Kang and Kodos again for some reason.
Oh.
It's so annoying.
Well, I
but
mean, they do
I
it
don't like
every.
this, man.
I mean, they do it every Treehouse of Horror, right? They
Do
a
they?
section with Kang. Yeah,
Every Treehouse of Horror. I don't know about that, but anyway,
100%. Kang. and
Wow, I
Kodos
didn't
in
know that.
every single.
Kang and Kodos are watching the Earth get overrun again, and yeah, I said what happened to the cool alien. I don't know what happened to him. The other alien, I have no idea.
Cook and
Yeah. Maybe I meant to say Cook. Bully's kicking around Skinner's head. Oh yeah, that's right. The school bullies are kicking around Principal Skinner's head. Barney's eating zombie arm and says, "When in Rome," because he's not actually a zombie. Homer says, "Barney, you're a zombie." He goes, "Zombie? No, when in Rome." And he starts eating the zombie arm. Homer kills George Washington, Einstein, and Shakespeare with his gun.
Truly is the end of Shakespeare.
They find a new book straight away, and Bart turns Lisa into a snail.
Yeah,
But then but then they find the actual spell, and all the zombies start going back. But then John Smith tries to bury himself, and he goes, "Hold on a minute, this is my grave." And he goes, "No, John Smith, 1882." And he goes, "Oh, my bad." A lot of John Smiths out there. A generic name. Marge says, "I'm sure glad we didn't turn into mindless zombies," as they're watching the TV at the end. And Bart says, "Shh, TV." Homer says, they're laughing. It's a joke on the TV, and says, Homer goes, "Haha, man fall down. Funny." And Family says, "Mmm." So that was the...
I mean, they do a
joke.
similar joke as well at some point where it's like, "You are watching Fox," and they go, "We are watching Fox."
They do. They did it a couple times, actually.
I don't remember what the context of that episode is anymore, but
But that's the end of the episode. They've got funny name changes for the final credits on the directors and the writers and that. They've got James Hal Brooks, mummified Matt Groening, Sartorius, what I don't even know what that means, Sartorius Sam Simon, and decaying Dan Castellaneta. What is Sartorius? Let's look that up. Sartorius.
so some sort of lizard or reptilian.
You reckon?
Wow, like saw. Is it like SAUR? Saw.
Yes, SAR. A long marrow muscle running obliquely across the front of each thigh. Oh no, sorry. Sartorius. Let's go Sartorius. Maybe it was SAUR, I can't remember.
Well, if it's Sartorius, it has to be something to do with lizards or reptiles or something, right?
Oh, maybe it's just bony. Maybe it's Sartorius. Maybe it's just the bone thing.
Do we have to... is it Sartorius? Maybe you have to pull up the... Might have to pull up the episode.
Let me get the credits. Hold on, give me a sec. Let's open it up. I'm just going to skip to it, guys. Bear with me. But yeah, what did you think about the episode in the meantime?
I think it's okay. I don't think it's the best of the three, I'd say.
Well, the first one's the best of the three.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But the second one's... It's probably better than the second one, I reckon.
Yeah, so another C plus B minus.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a B, maybe.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find... Sorry, we're both distracted trying to find out what this Sartorius was.
Yeah, Sartorius. It's Sortiiious, which is what I wrote. So let's work it out. Tiirous. What does that even mean? I'm looking it up and I'm just like,
Wait, spell it for me again.
I'm skipping to it. Oh, I skipped to the next episode. Whoopsies. Oh my god. SIRTIR.
Yeah.
OUS or IOUS?
This word doesn't exist. What is this word? SIRTIROUS.
Oh, I'm gonna get it exactly where it is. I'm skipping to it yet again.
What is this word? Do I have to pull up? I'll pull it up as well. Hold on.
I'm getting it. Here we go. SOR, sort.
Okay.
SORT, sort.
Yep.
IR,
Yep.
IOUS. Sort EOS. Sort IRIOUS.
Okay. There something comes up for the Simpsons archive.
Yep. What does that mean though? Sorterious.
So what would this be? Treehouse of Horror 3.
Correct.
This is
Sartorius.
Treehouse of Horror 3 says somewhat shocking Sam Simon on this copy paste thing, so or maybe it means season 3. Okay, so let's have a look at 4 then. Nope, that's Sam Sayonara Simon. What the hell?
I got James Hal Brooks, Mummified Matt Groening, and Sorterius Sam Simon.
What does it mean? Sam Simon meaning. Are we going down a rabbit hole? Has anyone ever known what this means?
Well, if you know what it means, write into crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com.
It's a fake word. What is it?
What are we giving this episode, Isaac? That's the real question.
This section or the whole episode as a whole?
Well, let's give this
What do we
section
say?
something. I think we're going to give it a B, I think.
Okay. So I think that makes it B overall for the episode, I believe.
I think so too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
B overall.
Yeah.
So what do we
I think
get?
That is
What
what
do-
I originally gave it anyway. So.
What did we give everything? So we gave episode 1 a... Let me go back to it. I deleted it. I think we gave it a C.
Yeah,
Could've
I
been a
think we
B.
gave 1 a C, 2 a C, and 3 a B, I believe.
Yeah, I think that what held it up was the Krusty Doll episode plus the joke with Homer reading the funny story, and there's some Abe jokes in there that are pretty good, and yeah, just various jokes here and there. Some of them are pretty good. Yeah, it's yeah, I think it's deep. This episode's probably best out of the 3.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, this is still early days for Treehouse of Horror, and they're not always. I don't think they're ever the funniest Simpsons episodes, right? Because they're working on a lot smaller time
Scale.
frame. You have less time for a setup and complication. They have to rush through it to get 3
for sure.
sort of anthology stories. So you don't get the payoff or the emotional payoff or anything like that. But it's fun to see the Simpsons do referential things for different Halloween and horror properties and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but all in all, I think this episode was a good one in comparison to the other 2. The other 2 were okay. This one was pretty decent. I think it gets better. We'll but we'll get there. But otherwise, it's been a good Halloween. I hope some kids got some candy at your joint. I got not much taken from my joint, so I'm gonna have a lot of candy to be eating for the next few weeks.
Yeah,
Months,
I
even.
mean, candy corn. I've recently discovered how good it is because I've
What
never
the
had
hell
it
is
before.
candy corn?
Have you never? Oh man, it's like kind of like not really sherbety, but it's that same sort of texture. But it's like caramel sugar. Oh,
Where do you get
good.
it?
In Brisbane, there's a place called Sam's Confectionery, but I think you can also just get it from like Coles and Woolies. But it's like the cheap home brand version of it. But it's really good, man.
I gotta find it at Coles and Woolies.
Like because you see it in American TV and movies.
Of course.
Yeah, but actually trying it's actually quite good for a quite cheap candy.
Interesting.
Yeah. Definitely check it out, man. And anyone else, check out Candy Corn. It's been around
Candy
forever.
corn.
It's
If
good.
you have any information for us, any Anything you want to write in about, we're going to read it out on the next podcast.
If you,
crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com. That's crackerfactorypodcast@gmail.com.
If you make boutique candy corn, send it in to us, and we'll also start a podcast where we review it for you.
Yeah, we'll review it. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But
Pair it with different wines.
Yeah, we've got the and don't forget to pick up your Devil's Wine. Thanks for the sponsorship, Devil's Wine. We really appreciate you guys.
Have we ever looked into the legality of saying something's sponsoring us when they're not? I'm not quite sure.
I don't reckon there's anything. Hold on, who's not sponsoring us? Out of curiosity.
Never mind. Anyway, I'm sure it's all perfectly above board.
Yeah, it's above board. Let's leave it at that. Tune in to the Crack Factory podcast next time. We'll be reviewing. I don't even know where we're at. But
do we want to do some Christmas episodes? I think we're supposed to start season 3, but obviously, I mean, we could probably get season 3 started in November, and then maybe Christmas episodes for December. Or what do you reckon?
I think season 3. Yeah, I think season 3 next, and then do maybe 3 Christmas episodes.
I mean, we won't revisit previous Christmas episodes that we've already covered. Because
so we're going to move ahead.
The very first one. I imagine so, right? There's plenty of Christmas episodes in The Simpsons.
Yeah, okay. Let's move ahead.
And then we'll have the candy corn review podcast out in the meantime.
And I feel like we've got other podcasts going on. Like we got the wine reviewing. We got the
Whoopi Goldberg's nudes reviewing.
Goldberg's nudes reviewing the beer reviews. So there's a few things happening in our little ecosystem.
Busy schedule.
Yeah. If you get around some of these, we got some pro gaming. We're playing some Call of Duty at the moment. Black Ops 6. We're really enjoying it. So
yeah, and weirdly, the story has actually got some horror stuff in it too, which is kind of
Also it does. I'm hearing it turns bad. We haven't finished it yet, obviously, because we're looking for the.
Definitely is strange. I remember older Call of Duty. I think you go to space in one of them. This is much stranger.
Yeah, going to space is one thing. Zombie ghosts from out of hell that are dressed up as
actually basically exactly what it is, but in the campaign, not in zombies mode.
Zombie ghost. I made that
literally.
Up you said
there's a boss fight. In Call of Duty, you have boss fights. It's so weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is very weird.
Get out there. Yeah. Sponsored by Call of Duty. Thanks, Activision Blizzard.
Thanks, Activision Blizzard. We really
Ward,
appreciate you guys.
Treyarch, Raven,
tune in next time to the
Sledgehammer.
Cracker Factory podcast. We'll have all your latest Simpsons needs right here.
Right
we'll
here.
See you guys.
One-stop shop.
One-stop
Goodbye.
shop. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Do I have to reverb that too?